For the next scene, we need to ask everybody to clear the aisles. If you are in the aisle, you need to find a seat. You need to clear the aisles, please. And also, another great grand experiment. It's one thing to do a scene in here when you're all in competition, like the Oxford division did today. It's another thing to do a scene with 2,500 kids in a sports arena that was never designed for theater. But we have great performers and very attentive listeners. So lean forward in your seats and be ready to be engaged by Henry VI Hillcrest.
King of England.
Margaret of Anjou, Queen of England.
Richard, Duke of York. Lord John Clifford. Edward, son of York.
Earl of Northumberland. Richard, son of York.
The House of York, the House of Lancaster. King Henry VI, Part 3.
With such mercy as this ruthless arm, with downright payment showed unto my father.
Oh, valiant Clifford! For 1,000 costs I would prolong a while the traitor's life. What? Is it you that would be England's king? Where's your mess of sons to back you now? The wanton Edward, and the lusty George. And where's that valiant crook-backed prodigy? Dickie, your boy, who with his grumbling voice was wont to cheer his dad in mutinies. Or, with the rest, where is your darling Rutland? Look, York. Stained this napkin with the blood that valiant Clifford made issue from the bosom of your boy. If thine eyes can water for his death, I give it thee. Thou might dry thy cheeks withal. Ask for York, but I hate thee deadly! I should lament thy miserable state. I prithee grieve to make me merry, York! Why art thou patient man? Thou shouldst be mad! And I, to make thee mad, do mock thee thus! Thou wouldst be feed, I see, to make me sport. York cannot speak unless he wears a crown. A crown for York! And lords bow low to him. Hold his hands whilst I do set. Marry, sir. Now look he like a king.
wolf of France. Tiger's heart wrapped in woman's hide. Biddest thou me rage? Well, now thou hast thy wish. Wouldst have me weep? Well, now thou hast thy will. These tears are my sweet Rutland's obsequies, and every tear cries vengeance for his death. Gainst thee, foul Clifford, and thee, false French woman. See, ruthless queen, a hapless father's tears. Oh, the compound is in the blood of my sweet boy. And I with tears do wash the blood away. Keep thou the napkin, there take the crown, and with the crown, my curse! As in thy need such comfort come to thee as now I reap at thy too cruel hand. Hard-hearted Clifford, take me from the world, my soul to heaven, my blood upon your head!
I keep in slaughter mass with all my kin. I would not for my life, but weep with him to see how inly sorrow grips his soul.
What? Weeping right, my lord and your son. Think thou upon the wrong he did us, and that will quickly dry thy melting tears.
Here's my oath! Here's my mother's death!
And here's to right! Our gentle lord and king!
Open thy gate of mercy, gracious God. My soul flies through these wounds to seek out thee.
Off with his head and set it on York's gates, so York may overlook the town of York.
I wonder how our princely father escaped, or whether he escaped away or no. Had he been slain, we should have heard the news.
What art thou? This heavy looks foretell some dreadful story hanging on thy tongue.
One that was a woeful looker on, when the noble Duke of York was slain.
Oh, speak no more, for I've heard too much.
Say how he died, for I will hear it all.
Environed he was with many foes, but only slaughtered by the arm of unrelenting Clifford and the Queen.
No! Now my soul's palace has become a prison. Whenever henceforth shall I joy again, never shall I see more joy.
I cannot weep, for all my body's moisture scarce serves to quench my burning heart. Tears then for babes, clothes and revenge for me. Richard, I bear thy name, I'll lend thy death! Or die now if I take it.
Welcome, my lord, to the brave town of York. Yonder's the head of that arch enemy that sought to be encompassed with York's crown. Not the object to cheer your heart, my lord.
Aye, as the rocks cheered and feared their wreck, to see the sight and irked my very soul. Withhold revenge, dear God, 'tis not my fault.
My lord, cheer up your spirits.
Royal commanders, be in readiness, for with a band of 30,000 men comes the Duke of York. Ready for battle, for they are at hand.
I would your highness would depart from the field. The queen hath best success when you were absent.
I could, my lord, and leave us to our fortunes.
Why, that's my fortune too. Therefore I'll stay. Be it with resolution that to fight.
Now, perjured Henry, wilt thou kneel for grace and set thy diadem upon my head, or bide to the mortal fortune of the
Go
field?
raise thy minions, proud, insulting boy. Becomes it thee to be thus bold for thy son and thy lawful king?
I am his king. He should bow his knee. I was adopted heir by his consent. But, as I hear, you that are king, though he to wear the crown, have caused him to blot out me and put his own son in. Reason too, who should succeed the father but the son?
Are you there, butcher? I cannot speak.
I, crookback, here I stand to answer thee.
'Twas you that killed your brother, was it not?
Aye, and old York too, and yet not satisfied.
For God's sake, lords, give signal to the fight! Break off the pawning, for scarce I can refrain. The execution of my big, swollen heart, upon Clifford, that cruel child killer!
Slew thy father, calls thou him a child!
I like a dastard and a treacherous coward, but ere sunset, I'll make thee have
Done with words, my lord, and hear me speak.
Fine, and I'll tell close thy lips.
I pray thee be no limit to my tongue.
Please, the woman that bred this meeting here cannot be cured by words, therefore be still!
an executioner. We will not leave until we hew thee down, or bathe thy growing with our heated blood.
And in this resolution I defy thee, since thou deniest the gentle king to speak. Sound trumpets, let our bloody colors wave, and either victory, or else grave.
Stay, Edward!
No! Wrangling woman will no longer stay. These words will cost 10,000 lives this day.